double striking. We could have went Death Touch. Maybe that would have been our, I don't know. Maybe we should have. Can't attack or block for the moment right now either. They can block 4 of that 24. I forget, I just haste bar attacked all. Is that it? Wow. I had no idea that'd be 24. Holy shit. I was like, what were they at for health? I think. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? My name's Kyle. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out my video on my channel, Arena Hacks. On my channel that I call Arena Hacks. Eat Their Soul, it's an Eater of Virtue deck. Card I just noticed that I had 4 copies of in my collection. It's a card I haven't played around with too much. Just looking at her stats here, we're all on. Actually, you know what? I was talking about the Eater of Virtue. Let's go back to the Eater of Virtue. Good idea. Eater of Virtue. What was I saying? Yeah, I just noticed kind of recently that I'm like, yeah, how did I get 4 copies of them? I don't remember spending wild cards on them. So every now and then you might notice like you collect 4 copies of a rare and you're like, oh, that's a rare I've never really played with too much. And to be honest, Eater of Virtue is definitely a very tricky one to make good. I mean, it's not bad. 1 mana, like 1 colorless to play, 1 to equip, and it gives +2/0 to a creature. So that's straight up. When you try to think of ways to combine with that, so we've got things like First Strike, Double Strike, those all go really good with that power boost. Plus they also are just good abilities that go good on Eater of Virtue with its other side effect of absorbing the abilities of creatures that die while they're using the Eater of Virtue. So what else goes good with the +2/0? This is actually, the reason Thunderous Orator is in here is because even with 4 copies of Eater of Virtue, which we don't like drawing more than 1, maybe 1 for backup, but no more than 2, because it's legendary, right? And I usually don't like running 4 copies of a legendary, hence why there's only 3 Halana and Alena, hence why there's only 3 Fynn, hence why there's only 3 Toskis. And I like having 3 of these guys just to make room for other stuff in the deck. I mean, there's only 60 cards, right? So it's like we need to work all this other stuff in here. But anyways, back to Thunderous Orator. Because of the way Thunderous Orator works, it's like a replacement for Eater of Virtue if we don't find any of those 4 cards. It is just 4 cards in a 60-card deck, so to get the Eater of Virtue and to rely on that doesn't happen too often. So the Thunderous Orator is another great way we can kind of pass off all these abilities we're trying to get on the battlefield with this deck and all these creatures we have in here. You know, we're also getting to pass those off to the Thunderous Orator and not just the Eater of Virtue. The great thing about Thunderous Orator with the Eater of Virtue is if the Thunderous Orator dies with the Eater of Virtue, he gets exiled, and now the Eater of Virtue also gives Vigilance, +2, +0, and Vigilance. So we start putting that on other creatures, and it just gets going. It gets really cool. So Thunderous Orator is a great addition to this deck. You know, replaces the Eater of Virtue, goes good with the Eater of Virtue. Not really the +2/0, but you know, all the other abilities go together really well. We also got Haste in here. This doesn't go with the +2/0 of Eater of Virtue. It goes with the other ability of Eater of Virtue, and we're looking to pass along Haste here. Battlefield Raptor, I kind of want to try to squeeze more of these in here because they go amazing with Eater of Virtue. They already have First Strike and Flying. They're hard to block, and when you can block them, it's hard for it to be a good block for your opponent because of the First Strike, right? Not too difficult with only 1 power though, right? First Strike, 1 power, you know, as soon as they have 2 toughness, now they can block it safely if they can block Flying. Eater of Virtue, now we're making it a 3/2 Flying and First Strike. That's really friggin' cool. Not to mention, when it dies, now the Eater of Virtue passes on Flying and First Strike. It's +2, +0, Flying and First Strike, and that's just scary. And that's the main reason why I want to work more Battlefield Raptors into this deck. If we don't get Eater of Virtue, the games that we do see Battlefield Raptor, it does okay. Battlefield Raptors is fine. It does okay. But I really think getting it with the Eater of Virtue would be the sweet, sweet ticket right there. So that's our lower end. Fang of Shigeki just to go with Fynn because Finn's legendary. So if we get a Fynn, we don't get Eater of Virtue. We do have other Death Touch creatures in here then. And all in all, that's 5 Death Touch. So hopefully with Eater of Virtue, we can get into we can maybe get Death Touch on Eater of Virtue, which makes the creature we equip it to really brutal because we do have a lot of these First Strike, Double Strike, first strike over here with Alena, which is another great card. A, first strike, B, reach. All of it goes great with +2/0. The other great thing about Eater of Virtue on Halana, now we're putting 4+1/+1 counters on a creature because we put X+1 counters equal to Halena's power. Halena's power becomes 4 with the Eater of Virtue. So we're getting to do that, all that if our opponent kills it or if Halana dies with Eater of Virtue. Now Eater of Virtue passes on reach and first strike. So we got more first strike here. First strike, double strike, no more double strike. Need some trample in here, right? All this double strike and everything, so we need trample in here. Devilish Valet. We do have a decent amount of cheap creatures in here, so Devilish Valet. We do, when we don't see Eater of Virtue, Devilish Valet can be pretty fun. Putting counters on with Halana, attacking or playing creatures and or whatever, putting Eater of Virtue on it. So I said when we don't get it, but even if we do, Eater of Virtue goes great, making it a 3/3. Now we put, after we have Eater of Virtue on, we play more creatures. That doubles really freaking fast, especially if we have counters on. You know, we get that power up just a little bit, and it doubles so freaking quickly and just grows insane. We need card draw in here. We're crazy about creatures, so we got welcoming, lots of card draw. I love card draw, so we got 3 copies of Welcoming Vampire and 3 copies of Toski, Bearer of Secrets. We want to be attacking with creatures in this deck. Toski goes great with it. And guess what? Eater of Virtue can absorb Indestructible and pass on Indestructible. The trick is, how do we... If the creature can't be exiled with Eater of Virtue on, because then it has to die with Eater of Virtue in order for Eater of Virtue to then exile the creature and then pass on its abilities. How does an indestructible creature die with Eater of Virtue on? Well, our opponent could go for minus effects. We don't have any of our own, but we could also sacrifice it. Sacrificing a Toski would be painful, so we'd almost have to have a second one, or have a Welcoming Vampire, or we're just using the damage from Kazul's Fury to take out a really important creature or Planeswalker, or it's just ending the game. Well, now if it's ending the game, we're wanting to put Indestructible on Eater of Virtue. But that is a way. Sacrificing a creature is another way to kill and have an indestructible creature die. Then it gets exiled with Eater of Virtue. Now Eater of Virtue is passing on Indestructible. Mind you, I've played several games with this deck already, and I have not been able to kill or have Toski die with Eater of Virtue on. Have not been able to set that up yet. There's not a lot of cards in here to really set that up, but that is a possibility and something we can do. We also have the Welcoming Vampire, as I mentioned earlier, which we're getting card draw for literally every single creature we play because they all have power 2 or less, with the exception of Extraction Specialist, which has lifelink, which goes great on Eater of Virtue. And we want our Extraction Specialist, usually want it to die, because after we play it, it brings a creature back out of the graveyard, but that creature is basically useless until Extraction Specialist leaves battlefield. So giving it that extra damage with no toughness helps it die faster to open up our other creature. It's got lifelink, which means we're gaining 2 extra life with the Eater of Virtue on it, and it's passing lifelink on to the Eater of Virtue, which passes on to whatever equipped creature it goes to. So lots of fun with Extraction Specialist. The only one that doesn't trigger Welcoming Vampire for card draw, but everything else does until we start growing it with Alena, Eater of Virtue, Devilish Valet grows himself. Yeah, fun stuff. Twinblade Geist is great. Don't make the mistake of thinking that, oh, we'll equip the Eater of Virtue to it. You know, let's turn a 1/1 double strike into a 3/1 double strike. That's freaking awesome for 1. And if it dies, then the Eater of Virtue always passes on double strike, and that's just insane. +2/0 and double strike. Thank you. That's for 1 mana to equip. Amazing. Anyways, back on the Twinblade Geist, which I know I did go over already a little bit. It skimmed over. It's a 2 mana 1/1 double strike creature. But to get to that other side of why there's several 2 mana double strike creatures I could have chosen from for this deck. Why did I go with Twinblade Geist? I went with it because of the enchantment on the flip side. If we don't get Eater of Virtue, then we can play that enchantment on the flip side and give a creature double strike. Now remember, Eater of Virtue only absorbs the ability if the creature card, it specifically says the card that gets exiled has that ability on it, which is why, like, the card literally has to say Death Touch on it. It has to say Haste on it. It has to say Flying on it. or first strike on it, or trample, or haste, or whatever. I think I said haste already. It has to say that on it. So if we put the Twinblade Invocation and enchant a creature with that, it gets double strike, but if it dies with the enchantment and Eater of Virtue on it, it does not pass double strike to Eater of Virtue. Also, don't make the mistake of thinking, let's put the Eater of Virtue on the Twinblade Geist. Twinblade Geist dies. Now the Eater of Virtue gets double strike, and we get to play the Twinblade Invocation out of our graveyard to give... No, the Twinblade Geist got exiled. That's just the backside of the exiled card. It's exiled. It's gone. You have to disturb it out of your graveyard. You can't do that anymore. It's exiled to the Eater of Virtue. So don't make the mistake of thinking you can do that, and don't make the mistake of thinking you can pass double strike onto the Eater of Virtue with Twinblade Invocation. Only the Twinblade Geist can do that. Other than that, I think I've covered just about everything. Mana, messy. Take a look. I just didn't want to use another wild card here, so I will eventually, but they're really freaking good lands. 3 mana, 3 different colors for freaking 1 land, just because it's and it's got sight. It's amazing. Anyways, so are these ones. Yeah, just soak in that mana list here. One of each of these, I can't remember why. I think I dropped 2 mountains, so I forgot to go back to all the stuff. We're mostly almost entirely creatures. Non-creatures are the sword thingies, Eater of Virtues, and the Kazil's Fury. We had 22 lands. We had 22, or we had 24, but I dropped something. I can't remember what I dropped for Kazil's Fury. Plus, I dropped 2 mountains for the other 2 Kazil's Fury to go for 3 Kazil's Fury. So we're usually going to be playing the ones we find of them. Early game, we're going to be playing them on the mountain side, so I took mountains out to replace, which is why we only have 1 singular basic mountain in the deck, because I took a lot of them out for Kazil's Fury. I think I had 3 rabbit batteries, and I took out 1 for Kazil's Fury, and then I took out 2 mountains for the other 2 Kazil's Fury. So it's kind of like we have 25 lands now in the deck. So yes, now I've covered everything. No sideboard, no learn, no nothing like that. Yeah, now that I've covered everything, let's go take a look at those games. But before we get to those games, always remember to hit the subscribe if you like what you're seeing here. Make sure you comment after you watch the whole video and let me know what you think of everything. And hit the thumbs up right below the video right now. Just hit that right now. Before you even watch the games. Thumbs up right now. Click it. Do it. Let's go play some games. Well, if we find the Eater of Virtue, we are pretty happy. Should have double checked that I had white here. But I do. So that's all good. Yeah, we got lots of green, so this can definitely go on red. We offer trade? Why not? I doubt they trade. And they don't. You're going to be gaining life anyway, so we want to try to negate that as best we can somehow. It's got first strike. We can equip the rabbit battery. That's not bad. And we can start getting that guy cooking maybe. They're going to start playing Angels though, and it's going to get dirty. Well, they didn't play any pre-combat. Or at all that turn. Okay. Okay. We have no green on the field as of yet. But all we have for green is Alena, so that's okay for now. We put the rabbit battery on our double striker. That's not bad. And then maybe we start going Thunderous Orator. Yeah, let's try that way. We won't be able to attack with Raptor because it won't be able to tango with Gaida. Get away. Okay, yeah, Gaida. Ugh. Get out of here with your life gain. Just Stupid life gain. Okay. We still got some pain we can bring on them. So where's the best place to put the counters? I think is to go Raptor. And then we can get 2 attackers in. Like the Alena counters. Yeah, I think we go Raptor. Because now our Raptor gets in for damage. And they don't really have any good blocks. So they do take that one there. Block 4 damage. Still take 3. That's bad for us. Okay, well, I was I was in the process of thinking about where to put the counters from Alena, so we're going to get another 2 more. If we go Raptor, I really don't want the Geist to die. Well, I mean, would it be the worst? We do have the enchantment for 3 mana. And then we could give our Raptor a double strike. Or do we put the counters? Then if we attack with Raptor, they just eat it with AO here. But then they would take 8 damage. That's half their health total. I don't think they want to take 8. And then for card draw, I think we go Welcoming Vampire and Thunderous Orator. But yeah, they scoop, so... Damn it, I really don't want to play our tap land first. We're keeping. But do we want to go out with our Raptor right away? But we'd have to use this. No, wait, this on white. And then we win. I say we still go for, we play the garden first turn. And then just go Thunderous Orator into Raptor and hope that is okay. Going second kind of sucks here. It wouldn't be too bad if we went first. It'd be like, oh, let's Raptor first. But they don't get to take anything, but they get to take a peek. Ooh, they don't see that though. Annoying. So we have 1 mana of every color here. Oh, geez, what? Oh, what side do we play these on? We have mostly white. So I think the easiest choice right now is this on white. So we make sure we get, now we have 2 white sources. We want lots of white. Our deck is mostly white. Well, if they cast 2 spells, we won't be able to block it, but I say we try. Let's go with the Raptor, just to try to block it. But if they get that, if they get that connive and get a counter on it, or do they have some tricks up their sleeve? Or was they bluffing? What are they doing here? Oh, they just needed to get an attack in. I see. I see. Annoying. Muchly. Yeah, well, best diversity of mana with that land there, so we'll throw that down. I wish we could attack their Kaito right now. Do we play Vampire, attack their face? With Raptor? Let's just go Orator for now. Attack their face? Or save a blocker? Oh, let's attack their face. Why not? It's not like we can attack Kaito. He's phased out, right? So I don't know why I'm specifying attack phase, just because there's a planeswalker present. Oh shit. There's a planeswalker present. So I feel like I have to specify where the attack is going. Well, that's shitty. We need to overpower them quickly.
Now, what do we have here?
I don't know how much that will help with that. I'm actually not sure if it does help with that at all, but this on red, because we have this for more green. Damage has to go through to a player in order to get card draw. We don't have enough mana to play 2 of any spells. I wish I could increase the Battlefield Raptor somehow. But I guess we don't attack Kaito right now because like we're not going to get much damage. 1 damage maybe. So do we go face right away? Let's go face first. Just attack all out. They can block some of the damage with Raffine here. Flying in first strike for our Thunderous Orator. Smart. We could have actually sacrificed something after the first strike to Kazil's Fury. That would have been kind of fun. And now, so we didn't... Nothing died. So I guess we just go... Perhaps I should have played Toski there if I was attacking phase. I would have had to do that before combat for it to make sense, but... An Eater of Virtue would be pretty fun right about now. Get that power boost to our creatures, start passing abilities, start building up stuff on the sword and seeing what we got, you know, seeing what we got. I don't know why I said that. You know, sword smash. Where's the Eater? I want the Eater. That sounds weird. What a punk. No blocks. Eater of Virtue, where are you? I would like to find you. And equip you to the welcoming Orator, Thunderous Orator. That's what we want to equip you to. Yes. This sucks. They can double block something to kill it. And if they go for Raptor, Kazil's Fury doesn't really help us. So we go Toski, we can get lots of card draw. We get card draw from Vampire, then we'll probably get at least 1 attacker through for more card draw with Toski. Yeah, let's go that way. We need to find stuff, right? So let's draw cards. Get some card draw going. What a douchebag. So we don't get any card draw now because nothing will go through. That's disgusting. 100% guaranteed there was no way I was ever going to draw a card with the Welcoming Vampire because he was just waiting until I played a creature with it on the field. Like, it pisses me off how often I get that card and play that card with any deck I run it in, yet I just never get to draw cards with it. That makes sense. Well, you got to go first. You got everything handed to you on a silver platter. Must be nice. It's just, this has been going on way too long. We're just going to die in a few turns now. Eater of Virtue or not, it's too... Too risky with the mana, I think. It's even tapped first turn, so shit. I almost hit go. We did have the Xyl's Fury, but it's all tapped anyway, so. And the other one would have been tapped second turn, so ugh, that would have been bad. No one drop this time, but it's a little better. We got a good mana base. We can throw one of these guys back. No first turn play, so we'll just play this tapped. I get... This on white, or we don't have green yet. Play that on green then. Let's get the Orator down. And then next turn I think we go for a Twinblade Geist. Maybe we go with Valet. We'll see what they play. We'll see what they do. Valet might be a good one. And if we can follow up the turn after with Halana and Alena, if we get the mana for it, that would be a good 3-4 combo. And there's the mana for it. Do we just do that? Our Orator will get trampled too. They could kill it with Shambling Ghast. I don't think we care too much about our Orator at this particular moment. I think we want to get the Valet down and see if we can pump it up with Halana, Alena. Unfortunately, it'll get its own Alliance trigger. Alliance? Yeah, Alliance trigger after that. Maybe we go with our Double Striker this turn. No, let's go Valet. Let's go Valet. And they can trade with the Orator. It looks like that's what they're doing. You still take a damage from it though, because of it absorbs the trample. That's fun. Eater of Virtue would be fun one of these days. That's what this deck is supposed to be about. Yeah, it would have been nice to have that on red now. Well, it wouldn't have made much of a difference. We don't have a lot of red in this deck. But still, getting 2 of each color out would be nice. Although that would only leave us with 1 green here. Well, I guess we could have played that green. Oh yeah, that just... We want more white first though, because white is the majority of this deck. New plan? Maybe new plan. Toski first. Attack with a 2-3. See what happens. We already have 2 white sources, so I say we throw this down on green. And get Toski down. They might be able to do something about the Valet, which would suck. There's lots of 3 damage spells out there and instant speed. And they have their mana available, so... Let's see. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe we will, maybe we definitely won't. So what? They got minus effects, possibly a meat hook right now. Of course. Why not? Why not just always have everything you need all the time? And another meat hook. Like, come on. Did he even draw any extra cards? They didn't even draw any extra cards this game. How could they possibly have everything so perfectly? That's enough, Arena. Stop it. No, come on, stop it. What's he doing now? It's not terrible, I guess. Where do we put the counters? Orator? I think we go Twinblade, just because of the 2/2s. Right, that way it's first strike, we'll just kill him. And this guy gets double strike. Also absorbs the reach, and I don't know if he absorbs reach, not reach. But the first strike. So even double blocking Orator will kill him. But they have to trade, they have to 2-for-1 trade. That's a bad trade for them. I think it's a bad trade for them. So you take the 4 from Orator. And then use the body dropper to chump. So our next coming turn, I think counters need to, from Alena need to go on Orator. Did we throw away? We did too. So we have no more Alenas because I'm just like, you know, I don't mind having a backup, but I'm like, we did throw that third away, and I'm like, good, because I don't want to see that third now. Unless they blow through both of these with removal, then I'd be very angry. Wasn't paying attention. They discard a mountain with Kiki-G. Yay. So where do we throw this? I think we throw it on double strike first. Yeah, and then we put Alena counters. Oh, do we put it on Alena? We do have a backup. That's dirty. And then we get more counters on Orator. Yeah. Let's go that way. Hopefully they don't have some kind of instant speed removal, which they might. But this will get us more counters. And I say we still go Orator, stick with the same plan, same target. Holy shit. 6 damage from Twinblade, 12 damage from Orator, 4 damage from Alena. But it's first strike, so they don't have really any good blocks. And if they did kill Alena, which they'd have to double block, but they could do it. No, they couldn't, because we'd put the Goblin first. And it would only 1 damage from Skullport would go through. But then, yeah, the Eater of Virtue would then get first strike and reach, and we have another Alena to play out after. So they chump block this, sack the 1 chump here. Do we want to move this sword around? No. I think they might, well, no, they can't prioritize Alena as a target right now for removal. They need chump blockers, which they're doing a damn good job of. Where's our trample? Where's our Devilish Valet? Or another Devilish Valet. We need another Devilish Valet, please. Give that sucker trample. That's not a Devilish Valet. So I'm going to keep attacking and being reckless with a Alena. Because why not? We have a backup. This time we spread the counters out, so instead of going all on Orator, we go back and forth between Orator and Geist. Attack all again. Lethal from both Orator, not from Orator. Orator's only doing 12 damage. Damn close to lethal from Orator. Lethal from Twinblade. They've got lots of chump blockers, so it's probably not a big deal. 4 damage from Alena. Still bringing them down a bit though, bit by bit. -1 somewhere doesn't really scare us too much, so they're probably going for a treasure here. They are out of cards. That's pretty cool. Wait, can we kill our whole Alena if we just put and then get the abilities on it? I don't think that matters. Reach, first strike. No, these guys got double strike. We're having fun with that. We're fine. And if they get, yeah, okay, they're calling it. They didn't get the card they needed. What did they need? Board wipe, probably. That would have been best for them. Yeah, that would have been pretty devastating for us. All right, we got it though. got to do some pretty fun stuff. Finally got to see Eater of Virtue. Didn't really get to do much fun with it, but pretty cool. I kind of like it. I don't like the double Eater of Virtue, but we have 4 in the deck, so it's going to happen from time to time. Does the Reflections of Kiki Jiki? No, they don't have any good things to go on Eater of Virtue, but that would be a good one for this deck. I'm just thinking of that now. I'm pretty sure I considered Kiki Jiki earlier, but I didn't think of the two cards you can discard and draw more cards, because that would be great in this deck. If you get too many Eater of Virtues, you can just throw some away and draw some fresh cards with the second stage of the Reflection. Opponent goes first, but yeah, we keep it. It sucks with the tap lands, but I don't know what else to say. It's just, it sucks, but we got the colors we need. Hopefully we draw an untap. We do get an extra draw step here because we go second, so hopefully we draw an extra untap land. That is not it. No, that's not it either. So, out with the Eater of Virtue. Next turn we can do... Hopefully we get that untapped mana. I don't know if we have any more tap now that we have 2 lands. Any more like this is untapped. Come on. Son of a... Alright, this went from pretty... It was only iffy at first. It wasn't bad. Then it got bad. Now it's getting worse. Can we turn around and start getting a little better? Come on, game. Freaking lands. Let's go. Even tapped at this point, I almost don't care. Just lands. Let's go. Lands. Please, 2 in a row. Yeah, 2 in a row is good. And then, you know, just stagger them after that. So what are they going to do? Shoot this down now? Shoot it down when I go to equip? So, well, I'm not getting card draw any other way. Alright, so I'm like, I don't know, why do I wait to... I have no other lands. We're playing this out, yeah, so might as well. Eater of Virtue is now on Fynn, so if we get... Exile doesn't really do much, though.
I hope you're ready.
4 mana, yeah. They played that land right at the end. I should have expected that. Fynn is not the biggest thing in the world, though. We do have other cool stuff. If we can get that untapped freaking land, we can go Valet and equip the sword right away. And then have a 3/3 Trampler. And then if it survives a turn, haha. Because, you know, just playing for fun, and, you know, opponents just have all the best mythic rares all right stacked perfectly in a row, and no worries for them. They just have it all. Yeah, no problem. Do they have anything that's not mythic rare? Like, seriously. Literally every single thing so far. But getting screwed for lands, getting screwed in literally every way possible. Like, what do they have now? They have something, don't they? No? Well, they have this guy in the air, and that's gonna suck. And they probably have something now, though, too. We still have a Planeswalker to take care of and 22 health. They've got a 4/7 that's just gonna keep growing. was gonna say, can we give it double? We can't. This guy has to die first to become the enchantment to put this on him, or we have to put the Eater of Virtue on him, then he has to die. Yada yada yada. So we don't have a lot of turns remaining until we're just dead. Do we go card draw? No. I was gonna say we need to get more damage in, but I don't think that matters either. And then we can play and equip the rabbit battery to the Twinblade, I guess, because we can only play one more creature. So let's go that way, and then their Twinblade gets some double strike action. This guy pumps up to 12. Twinblade gets hasty. Did I say double strike? Hasty action. And they've got some kind of instant speed something or other for 3 mana. Whatever that may be. Kaito? They're just going to block. They're just going to block if we go face. I don't know if it really matters which way we go with this. Let's just try to hammer them. Hammer the snot out of them. They can get me down to 1 if they keep it. Well, no, they can just freaking blitz it. I was going to say blink it. Whatever. This guy's going to just, yeah. Whatever. Must be nice. When do I get to stack the shuffler? Even the games I win, I don't. They're not stacked. I didn't even. I did get Eater of Virtue the one game, but barely got to use it. Put it on a creature and it helped. It worked. Did stuff. Probably have time for one more game. Probably just one game. Where's that Eater of Virtue now? Damn it. Well, we need to kind of run into it and see it. Oh, that's gross. Well, we can... It won't be our Raptor, but we do have a first turn play still. Little Death Toucher. Offer the trade. They do not take the block. Because they're going to kill our Twinblade Geist with the Ghast. Geist with the Ghast. We'd have to play this on white, though. Yeah, let's just play it on red and end the turn. And then this will be out next turn untapped, and we can play a white spell if we want. We can, whatever. So they attack. Interesting. And they have that, okay. Also interesting. Now I'm wishing I had played that on white. Would have been nice. We throw down the Geist, maybe? I think so. No attacks. We can bring the Geist back if we want to with Extraction Specialist. Or we can play the Geist from the graveyard with its Disturb cost. 1 damage, whatever. At least they don't have the gas to block with. That's pretty freaking nice. Now I want to keep this guy alive for a bit because we can build him up. And I say that's what we do. They have sacrifice, right? Okay. No surprise. But we can still play it as the thingy there, or we can get it back with specialist. No attack is fine. I'd like to keep this guy as a blocker for now. We could go Devilish Valet next turn into Raptor. That only doubles 1 to 2. That doesn't do a whole lot of fun stuff. Eater of Virtue works best for that. You go Valet for 3, Eater of Virtue for 1. That's 4, and if you have 5 or something like that, which we do now, but we don't have the Eater of Virtue. Say we play that out, keep getting more mana. They would have no way of killing the Geist this time. But the Geist also can't attack either while this is on board. Frustrating. Let's go this way then. We'll save that play for later. Let's just go with Valet then. They take it. The 2 counters is nice, so now every creature... So now he's just a natural 3 power, so every creature from now on is just super, super freaking sweet now. Ah, of course they have that. And they have exactly enough mana to sacrifice something. After they put counters somewhere, of course. Question is, do you attack? You do. Okay. Do we keep our Raptor? Because I kind of want to get Twinblade Geist back with a specialist. Why do I want to do that? We could get Raptor back with specialist. Like, we won't have Alena anymore because they're absolutely going to sacrifice it. I think we just take the 2 damage. We have potential lifelink here to gain some life back. And I would imagine that they're going to just sacrifice now. Of course. The nice thing is, though, yeah, we do have those there. So we can Extraction Specialist. Does it go to the battlefield? To the battlefield, yes. So that's 2 creatures entering. That's the 3rd one. That's a lot. That's nasty on our Valet. I say we do that. Yep. Let's go with this guy just because he's awesome with the double striking. We could have went Death Touch. Maybe that would have been our... I don't know. Maybe we should have. Can't attack or block for the moment right now either. They can block 4 of that 24. I forget. I just haste bar attacked all. Is that it? Wow. I had no idea that'd be 24. Holy shit. I was like, what were they at for health? I think 24. They blocked the 4, so they took 20. They're down to -6. So we're at 14. I was thinking we maybe had lethal. I wasn't sure though. But, woo! Damn you, Eater of Virtue! This deck is built for you. It's not a Devilish Valet deck. Eater of Virtue deck. Come on. Where are you? Okay. That was a little bit of a roller coaster. I don't know what to say. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Kind of crazy. I don't know about the Death Touch stuff. I mean, it is kind of nice. It's like we're trying to trade our creatures as a form of removal because we have no removal in the deck. So, you know, the Death Touch kinds of... Or you could just lose the Death Touch altogether. The 3 Fynns, the 2 Fangs of Shigeki, or is that... Yeah, that's what they're called. And then we could maybe go with... Oh, what was that? What were the cards I was thinking of now? Just removal creatures like Brutal Cathar and Skyclave Apparition, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that, and use that as removal instead of relying on the Death Touch or just combat with creatures. I guess removal Kazul's Fury is our only other form of removal. Didn't really get to showcase that either. That would have been nice if we hit a game where we got to sacrifice the creature with Eater of Virtue, doing 2 extra damage, adding 2 extra points to Kazul's Fury for damage, using it for removal, using it to go face to our opponent and the game. That would have been nice to show that off a bit. But the deck did good with just, you know, some good cards. We got did some good stuff with Toski a little bit here and there. Yeah, definitely that one game I think we had Toski going pretty good. Alena was definitely a superstar. Orator didn't do too bad either. He kind of held his own. We got lots of pretty good abilities like Double Strike and stuff like that that we're able to pass off to our Thunderous Orator. So that really played out, and that's exactly what I wanted him to do in the deck, to kind of fill in the gaps for Eater of Virtue when I guess we never see him or never see it. But yeah, let me know what you all think of the deck. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know all that stuff. Make sure to comment, letting me know all that stuff. Commenting does help support the channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already, and also hit the thumbs up for this video because it is a pretty cool deck and a pretty cool video. So do that. And I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you all have a great day. Cheers.